Hey everybody, how you doing today? It is another hot day in August, but I love the heat. So a lot of people like the cold. But anyway, so I've been seeing a lot on the feed about white line disease. Out of it for your horse if you come across this issue and what I've learned in the past about white line disease. Now, right before I became a Big Sky advocate, you know, using the Big Sky minerals for my horses, I was on this real expensive mineral diet. And my mare would come down with laminitis every it was also a time when I had this really great blacksmith. I don't know if you guys can see me. I wanted to get out of the sun. Coming to get my four-wheeler and go drag my ring and move my horses over here to eat this lush grass. So a lot of people would freak out about that, but as long as they're on Big Sky, which they get every night, I'm not feeding them right now. I just give them the minerals. But anyway, so what happened was, so my mare came down with, you know, founder every year. So, and then I also, during that time, and this is when I became, you know, I was already holistic, but I was still studying and, you know, experimenting with the horses naturally, with the homeopathics and the essential oils and I thought the minerals were working. So anyway, so my mare had terrible feet from the founder, and she was always ouchy or lame or whatever, and it was really upsetting to me. And the thing was, during that time before I went on Big Sky and before I discovered a blacksmith, it took me, I was going through blacksmith after blacksmith after blacksmith after blacksmith. I mean, I just couldn't find one that knew what they were doing. And so what happened was, this one blacksmith came out. He was a real nice guy, and I don't know what his problem was. Either he was on medication or what. A real nice guy. I mean, real nice guy, but he just didn't know anything. And so when he came out and he looked at my horse's foot, her wall was separating. Her wall was separating from the hoof. And I'm like, this is not right. And it smells and it's icky. And, you know, I was putting a little tea tree oil on it. And I just didn't know what it was. I just wasn't familiar with it. So he didn't even touch the hoof. He sat there and he goes, oh, the hoof's fine. And then he charged me. He didn't even trim the hoof. He just left it alone. So anyways, these bugs are going to bother me. So anyways, so there we go. What happened was I was crying, and this is when I made the DVD, How to Identify and Release Your Horse's Pain Points. So what happened was my girlfriend said that her husband was a natural horse trimmer. So he came out right away just to look at my horse's foot, and all he kept saying was, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. And I said, well, what is it? And he goes, it's white line disease. You have white line disease. And I'm like, holy crap, what is that? You know? So I went and got my vet book out, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh my God, it's like an infection in the hoof, and it's separating the wall. So I researched it with my homeopathics, and I gave her, I think it was cauliflour, F-L-O-U-R, Calic, C-A-L-C. It was a homeopathic. I also used tea tree oil, a lot of tea tree oil on her, directly onto it. I did not soak her hoof, but that's all I did. And she just got on the Big Sky minerals. So white line disease, I discovered later on, talking to Andy, is also, there's two reasons it's caused. Laminitis helps, but basically it's your farrier. Your farrier not trimming your horse out right. And the second one is it's a copper sulfate deficiency. So I went ahead and I put her on the cauliflour, I think it was twice a day, for 15 days. And the guy came back a week later, and he couldn't believe it. Her walls completely went back together. She had no more white line disease. I mean, it was just unbelievable how easy it was to remedy. And I don't know if I've had any other clients that have tried the cauliflour, but it really works on the tissue inside the lamini, and it helps repair it. So that was a real eye-opening experience for me. So then I went on to you know, I was rescuing a lot of horses back then, and then I would find them good homes. And this nutcase came in. There was 2 of them. One was a real sweet mare, and it was at Christmas time. And they had hoof rot. They had, you know, it was, you know, the hoof rot in their hoof. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, and it smelled really bad. And, hey, Becky, how you doing? So, thrush. They had really bad thrush, which is also caused by copper deficiency. And this woman was not on Big Sky. Well, I treated the pony quickly. I use a half of, for quickly. Hey, Benny. Hey. Benny. Great. So what I did was I put half and half bleach and sprayed her hoof with it because the pony was going to a new home that day. And so I wanted to kill it right away. And it was okay from the blacksmith. They told me to do it from a famous one that I've been dealing with. And I also put her on the Big Sky right away. Well, I forgot about the mare because, hey Benny, I forgot about the mare. I didn't really treat her because I was under a lot of stress. It was Christmas time, and, you know, I was just trying to get to know her. So I went out on Tuesday. It was like 5 days later. This is after she's been on the Big Sky. So I pick up her hoof, and I'm cleaning it out, and I'm looking for the thrush. Okay? There's no thrush. I'm like, where's the thrush? And so I didn't even put any tea tree. So I put tea tree on it anyway, but I was like, what happened to the thrush? And she had only been on the Big Sky Minerals for 5 days straight. She gobbled them up. So there shows you that the copper sulfate is definitely a deficiency in a horse's diet when you see A, scratches, when you see B, white line disease, and C, thrush. And thrush is also caused by bad farrier work. The reason why is because if the horse, if he's not landing right and pushing off, and you shouldn't see any really dirt in your hoof wall. And I've been taught by that other blacksmith. A good blacksmith, when you pick up the horse's foot, there should be no dirt in it, especially on the frog part. Not the frog part, but the top part. That should be completely gone. They should be able to throw that off at their normal walk, okay? So, and I learned a lesson. I tell you, I found my blacksmith, and he's helped hundreds of horses, and he's great. Hey, Pat. So if when I get back on my computer, I can put the homeopathic for the white line disease. I'm probably going to do a blog post about it and then scrape this video and put it there. But share this video because it's important to know, because, I mean, I'm sure all of you have heard, Pat and Becky and Benny, I'm sure you have all heard when a farrier says, no hoof, no horse, right? Well, and if a farrier picks up the hoof and he says, huh, you're definitely lacking in minerals. You know, I know you've heard that from your farrier because a farrier knows that minerals are what make the hoof work. And so the Big Sky Minerals is all you need to get. I mean, my horse's feet are hard. Sometimes if you put the mini Zion in, it'll make it really, really hard. And it makes the horse's feet just beautiful. I've had people like blacksmiths comment on my horse's feet all the time. I've never had a problem with thrush or white line disease or anything like that. And of course my mare went down, but I've never had a problem with hoofs since I've been on the Big Sky. And I've been on the Big Sky now for almost 5 years. So, and they stand in mud. I've never had scratches. If you want to hear another story, I can give you another story. So along with that year of trying to find homes for horses that were dropped off, my daughter had dropped off one of her horses, and his name was Tangeray. And he came with scratches. He also came with a lot of drugs in him. But when she put him out in a pasture for a year, and he came back and he was fine, but he still had scratches. So a lot of people scrub and scrub and scrub. So I, scrubbed it a little bit, put the tea tree oil on it with the clay, the bentonite clay. And then he got on the Big Sky. Well, it wasn't even 5 days later. He had no more scratches. Because scratches is a copper sulfate deficiency. And I'll try and post his before and after pictures on this thread later on. But he was a wonderful horse. And he went to a really good retirement home. So anyway, so scratches, any kind of thrush issues, and white line disease is a copper sulfate deficiency. Don't care what your vet says. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care about all the freaking noise out there. Everybody knows everything. I'm not a vet. I am not a doctor or anything like that. I'm just telling you the facts, okay? And the facts are when you have those issues, you need to look to the diet. Okay, you need to look to the diet. That's all you got to do. So, happynaturalhorse.com. Share this video and have a great day. Stay cool. I'm going to probably go to the pool later on. Don't have my hubby or my son here today to bother me. But I am going to go do the, it's experience, right? I'm going to go do the ring, and then I'm going to move my fat horses over here to, look at that grass. Look at that grass. Oh my goodness. So, and we don't have a mower because, you know, it's too hot to fix the lawnmower. That's what he said. So anyway, so that's why I'm in my sweat outfit. Hey, you guys have a great day. Love you all. Bye.